I thank the witness for their testimony. I'll remind each member that he or she will have 5 minutes to question the witnesses. I'll now recognize myself for questions. Let me thank both of you ladies for your excitement about the job you do and the fact that you have pretty much said, in spite of the last 2.5 years or something, the numbers appear to be going in the right direction. And with a little help from Congress, we can do even more. So, Ms. Wick, can you explain to the committee and to the public at large who are viewing this why a good experience at an airport is important to tourism like a city like Las Vegas?
Absolutely. Thank you for your question, Chairman. A trip begins with the moment that you book the trip. It's the excitement that builds inside you, the looking forward to what's going to happen. And it happens the moment you leave your door and you arrive at the airport to come to Las Vegas. And making sure that the process is seamless and frictionless for travel is incredibly important because we want these visitors to return. We want them to have a great experience from the moment they leave their house to the moment they leave our destination. We don't want an amazing trip to be ruined by a bad experience on their way out of the market. We want to make sure that it's, again, seamless and frictionless for every traveler.
Well, so we're at the airport. Ms. Facilitas, can you explain how you work here at the airport to make sure that that's exactly what happens when people come to this airport?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I appreciate the question. Our motto here at the airport is we are the first and last look of Las Vegas. We are part of that experience that Kate just mentioned. From the time that door opens from the jet bridge to the time it closes back, people are choosing to come to Las Vegas. What we do is we host a discretionary type of customer. We're not a transfer airport. We're not a big hub for the large carriers. We're an origin and destination. They come to Las Vegas, they leave Las Vegas. And most of our visitors are on the leisure side of the categories. And so, again, they choose to come here, and we want that experience from the very get-go to be the one that they have chosen to and strive for, and then they come back. You know, so we want it smooth, we want it seamless, but we want it to be part of Vegas.
Well, thank you much. One of the things we tried to do in Congress was to address the pandemic in a responsible manner, to work with state and locals so that those who did travel would be protected, and those who worked in travel and the entertainment industry or just in general, they'd be protected also. So do you think the COVID-19 protocols for Las Vegas proper worked? And is there anything else that you see that we should have done or could do going forward?
Thank you for that, Chairman. Las Vegas worked closely with state, local and state government to make sure that we were creating a safe environment to welcome visitors. Everybody had a different level of comfort traveling during the pandemic, and we wanted to make sure that we were following CDC guidelines, all scientific recommendations on how to provide that safe experience. We did that. We actively communicated that, and we came out of the pandemic with a stellar brand reputation of making sure that we were taking all of the facts into consideration and creating experiences that we knew our visitors wanted, but wanted to feel safe about having during this time frame. So it was a challenging 2 years, but we leaned into it, and through partnership, we made sure that we were actively developing these guidelines and communicating them to ensure that our customers knew what to expect when they arrived.
Thank you. Ms. Facilities?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. We also looked at it as, again, it started here, and what we started with, being that our town was closed for a period of time, although airports were still open, we still had airline crews go through. We certainly had medical staff being transferred around the country. We had PPE coming through our airport and to our city. And we knew we needed to start with our employees. We thought if our employees feel safe, then when we open back up and our visitors come back, they're going to, the visitor's going to feel that. So we had a very, very comprehensive, very visual program of cleaning and disinfecting. We actually had our own LAS, Roadway to Recovery, and we had it in the different phases of what we needed to do, from messaging, and you probably still see some stickers on the floor and throughout the terminal. We did it Vegas style because we knew when people came back, they were choosing to come back to Las Vegas and they want Vegas. And so we did it with a little bit of flair, poker chips, all the usual identifiable type of things. But we were ready, and I do think that our numbers show that it worked, because our leisure traveler, for us here at the airport, our leisure traveler has surpassed 2019 leisure category.
Thank you very much. Chair recognizes the gentleman from California, Mr. Correa, for 5 minutes.
Thank you, Mr.